What's up everyone, Adam from FWCI Collector's Edition here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends MCU Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer, but not the Flame Man. I only got the regular uniform Johnny Storm because, I don't really like Human Torch. I think it's kind of dumb that he's all fire, but Johnny Storm, part of the gang, I will buy that. Now, if I'm not at 1,000 subscribers, make sure you subscribe and leave a comment with the hashtag #GiveMePsylocke, and I will put you in the draw to win the Psylocke Thanos 2-pack when we reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you've got multiple YouTube accounts or whatever, subscribe, leave the comment, and you will go in the draw. So this is the gang, and by the way, I've got Sue Storm posed like that. I don't know if she does a fly kick with her invisibility shield, but I thought it plugs into the foot pretty good, so let's give her a flying invisible kick, if that's a thing. But I love the way the team looks. I love the like baby blue coloring on all the outfits and everything like that. They're very matching. Thing looks great with all the rock and everything like that. The head scans on it are pretty impressive. They all look fantastic. Hang on a second, is Sue Storm the same chick that plays Harcourt on Peacemaker? Because I've been thinking that until I just saw like an interview with her the other day, and it doesn't look like it was the same actor, so chat me up about that in the comments. But Pedro looks great, Billy from Stranger Things looks great, and obviously the Thing looks great, and so does Sue Storm as well. They're just getting really, really good with the MCU face scans. All the face scans, actually, have really started to sort of step up recently. I do like the packaging as well with the First Steps color scheme on it. Like, I decided to keep these, and I don't know, I might even put these back in the boxes, to be honest, because it just looks so cool. Like, I love the white and blue. But let's go through the whole gang. We've got, let's get Johnny out of the way. Over there, Billy. The Upside Down is opening up. Oh no, you're dead. Sorry, forgot about that. So let's start with Ben Grimm, the Thing. Now, he looks pretty goddamn good. I've got a big problem with mine. You might be able to tell what that problem is when I stand him like this. No, he is not leaning in to listen in on what his neighbors are saying about him. The foot doesn't bend. This one here does not go anywhere. Oh, holy shit. Nah, yeah, that's as far as it goes, actually. I had it on... Oh god, it's just screwy. It's incredibly screwy. I'm at least able to get him in a pose like that, but really, that is really the only pose that I'm getting with this Ben Grimm. Now, he does come with extra hands as well. He's got the open hands and he's got the fisted hands, just the one head. But yeah, this is really disappointing for me. I don't know if I need to like heat it up. Will that help? I don't know. We'll have to have a look and see what's going on. But he's such a heavy figure as well. It's kind of hard to work around that ankle joint there. It's this joint right here. This one. It twists, and it's not on backwards. I did spin it all the way around just to check. We get the toe point. Well, you gotta see it there. You get the toe point, but when it comes time to get it actually flat so that you can stand him up straight, you can't do it. Oh my god. Done it. Okay, so maybe it was just very, very rigid. Alright, I'm a bit happier with that. But with that being said, the articulation on this is okay. I would have liked butterfly joints, especially with a character like the Thing. You've got so many organic places that you could just put the butterfly joints. But the paint app on the pants and everything is all pristine. Like I say, I haven't had an issue with paint in a long, long time on Marvel Legends. I think the last one I had that there was an issue with paint application was Lilith in the Stranger Tales wave, which pisses me off because I like Lilith. But he at least has plenty of articulation in the midsection there and around the waist and stuff like that. It's not lacking in articulation, but that foot thing really kind of gave me the shit. So I'm going to have a bit more of a play with old Ben Grimm. I will say, on this new packaging, it doesn't actually show you what accessories come with the figure. Alright, so next we're going to have a look at Johnny Storm, and forgive me for this, but I believe these are the other hands that he comes with in addition to the fisted hands that I've got on there. His gloves are exactly the same as Mr. Fantastic, and the box doesn't tell me what's going on, but this is what we're working with. And the effect piece from that I took from Pyro, the X-Men villain that came in a 2-pack with, I don't know, I think Rogue or something like that. I love that effect piece, and I do like the fire pieces that we got with this as well. They've actually painted the yellow on there. I think it really kind of adds to it, and I don't know, with that effect piece and blended with the piece from Pyro, I think this looks like a nice flamey Johnny Storm. Even though it's not the maximum level of flame, it's okay. But the face on this one looks great, and you know, the articulation is nice and neat. Obviously these are all pinless and double jointed everywhere, and it's just nice to see a well-made MCU uniform team, you know, a team that actually all sort of looks the same and have all been made really well. So he looks great. Again, love the head scan on it. It looks very accurate. They've got a bit of airbrushing on the hair as well, which kind of adds to it as well. And again, I don't like the flying Johnny Storm. I would much rather this version right here. So I'm pretty happy with him. I've got no complaints. Paint on it is obviously very, you know, very simple, but I really think that this figure pops like this, even without the fire head and the fire effects and everything. With that being said, I am considering getting the fire on as well. What can I say? I'm sick. And his feet work perfectly fine. Again, no butterfly joints. I would like to see more of that with the MCU figures, but the articulation in the midsection and stuff like that, that's all improving, I feel like, every time we see one of these MCU figures that has a new design, so I'm very happy with it. I think it looks great. Alright, next is Sue Storm. Can we get you down? Let's test this flight stand. I don't think this is going to go well. Well, I'll be damned. Sue Storm with her super doesn't exist invisible kick. Very much the same as the Johnny Storm figure. Sue is just very, very well made. Again, like the color, the paint, everything is very clean, very crisp, and very just well put together. So, you know, you can quite easily get her in like a decent pose with the legs crouched and things like that. Now, she comes with this hand that has no hinge on it at all, and it's got a hole in it which goes with this new shield piece that we've got, the invisibility shield. So we just pop that in there. I don't know if there's like a specific angle that it's supposed to go. I like this piece. It looks really good, but there's really no way to pose it without covering the actual figure itself. Like, you can't really... That's why I've got it on the foot, because at least then you can still see the face scan and everything like that. But, I mean, this looks really good. I guess if you've got her on the side like that, it doesn't look quite as bad. Oh, her ankles are having a little bit of a problem here. Come on, Sue. She's leaning more and more as I try and pose her. Hold up. Alright, we'll see how long that stands like that. But yeah, you can get her on the side like that. I think it really looks, you know, quite good. And other than that, she just comes with a couple of extra hands, a gripping hand and a fist hand. She's got the open hand on this side that does have the hinge, and then you've got the effect piece hand that doesn't have any movement at all. And I don't mind that piece. I think it actually looks good. Even without the effect on it, you know, it's still a pretty, like, versatile sort of looking hand, you know? It's a good hip hand. There you go. So all in all, I think this is a pretty damn good MCU Sue Storm. I don't think you could really do much better than what they've done here. Again, a common complaint, I would like to see butterfly joints, but I mean, it's got the thigh cut. There's no boot cut on this. All right. But the thigh cut, you know, it's a pretty like one color tone sort of outfit. So I think it's fine. And we've got Mr. Fantastic, old Pedro himself with the long arms. I've never been that into the Fantastic Four in general. I think the fire powers are stupid. Honestly, I think the stretchy powers are stupid, but I'm keen to see the movie to see how they're able to illustrate those powers well, because when you look at stuff like One Piece, you know, Luffy's doing alright with his stretchy powers, but for some reason, Mr. Fantastic, the way it's always been depicted to me, has always looked a little bit lame, so I've never been a fan of that. Invisible Woman, like, I don't understand her powers, obviously. I've got her throwing an invisible kick, but I just feel like that's a fairly rudimentary sort of power. And then Ben Grimmie's a bunch of rocks. Like, I never was really that excited by this team for what their powers were and everything like that. And really, I never saw any of their comics growing up. I don't even remember seeing a Fantastic Four comic, like, on the shelves or anything ever. I know about them from Marvel Ultimate Alliance more than anything else. But he comes with some replaceable arms and some different hands. You get some fists, you get some open hands, but the hands on the stretchy hands do not come off or have any articulation in the wrist, which is totally fine because this has actually got bendy wire in it. So you can do a lot to sort of keep this going. It looks like there's a bit of a mark around there where I think that's maybe where the material changes or something like that. So, you know, just be careful. But yeah, those arms just pop on and there we go. They pop on really, really easily. That was one of the things I was most impressed with about this figure, was how easy it is to just swap the arms over. So we've got our boy there. He's looking pretty good. Like I say, they did a fantastic job with the head scan on there and the articulation. The waist is a little bit You've just got your classic sort of like sculpted waist. I like it when they have a bit more of a dynamic joint around the waist part. But again, everything looks fantastic. No pun intended. Pretty sure I've been saying that word a lot in this thing. None of them were intended as puns. You can take my word on that. All right? Fantastic. But when you put the whole gang together, I think they just look really good. Now, as soon as I got this Reed Richards, the first thing that I did... Oh, hang on, there's his other hand. Yeah, he gets this one as well. Now, the first thing I did when I got this Reed Richards was tried an arm swap. And I don't know if anyone else has done this. I haven't really seen it around. But allow me to show you where my imagination took me when I got this figure. I will say the arms, the way they plug in is a little bit fucky, but this is the coat from the, it was like a retro card, Mr. Fantastic. It's the one where he's got those disgusting long fingers. Whatever that one was. I managed to sort of repurpose this. The arms popped on perfectly fine. There was no real issue with it, and I know that this is a pretty iconic look for Mr. Fantastic with the lab coat on and everything like that. So if you do have this other figure floating around, maybe give it a try. And last but not least, we've got the villain of the piece. Am I starting to rap? What the hell's going on here? Last but not least, we got the villain of the piece. This is the Silver Surfer. And when it comes to the Silver Surfer, let me just say, in very specific terms, I don't know shit about fuck. So I know what I know from the movie, the original movie, and I know that it is played by Ruth from Ozark. But I think they've done a pretty good job with this figure. I think it's a very difficult character to portray in figure form, really. It should be very simple, but I don't think it always is. First of all, I found that it's a little bit very unarticulated around the waist. There's none whatsoever, but you do have plenty of movement in the top half. So, you know, you can get a lot of dynamic poses out of her if you want, but I am a little bit underwhelmed at the lack of articulation that we've got. She stands up okay, but I did find that trying to put her her foot in this thing was not that great. And I couldn't really find a pose of her on the surfboard that I was really that happy with. Which is why I had her in that weird pose where she's kind of kneeling down. Yeah, she does not stay in that at all. It just pops out so easily. Alright, maybe I've just solved this problem. Break her ankle and put it on the other foot. So that's the action figure's left foot that seems to be working a little bit better, but I don't know. I'm not really that happy with how that looks. And honestly, that is the best standing pose I've been able to get her in at all. That's not too bad. So you can get decent poses out of it. It's just a bit of a journey to try and get there, which is not ideal. But she does come with the silver surfboard, which, you know, looks great. Everything's kind of got this sort of gold, almost dirty-ish looking kind of wash through it, like all over her board. So that's by design. That's not just bad figure production or anything like that. The effect piece that we've got for this is pretty heavy and very, very stable. So once you've put that in there, I could see them reusing this piece, making it blue or white and using it for Iceman, Man of Ice. But it just slots in there really, really easily like that. And there you go. Fuck the peg hole. I write my own rules. But it's a very iconic looking character. She does come with a set of fists, she comes with a set of open hands, and she comes with this hand that I haven't actually had a try of yet. This is, originally I thought it was like, she was being like The Rock, and she's like, just bring it. I'm the Silver Surfer, and you don't know shit about fuck. But apparently this is so that she can carry the surfboard, so let's have a look and see how this actually works. Like carry it under her arm kind of thing? Is that what it's supposed to be? So what, it just goes in there? Or maybe she stands with it like sideways. Oh my god, her legs move so easily. They don't seem to be a problem when posing, but like just while maneuvering the figure, they can move a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with this. Ah, okay. Tilt the wrist in, everybody. Okay. She was like, what am I gonna do, surf? The weather's bad. But that's how it kind of looks there. So that actually gives you a really unique option to include with this figure here in terms of display. So I don't mind this figure at all. Like I say, I think it's one that if you work with it a little bit and you try some different things, eventually you'll come across something that really stands out and matches your display. So by no means am I disappointed with the Silver Surfer. But we can't talk about a summer blockbuster without doing the Tarantino test.
Tarantino test.
So this is the part of the video where we talk about the feet of the action figure, because I think that they are the most important part of the figure when it comes to posing and, you know, getting things set up on your shelf and things like that. And I hate it when figures have bad feet. So in honor of Quentin Tarantino, we conduct the Tarantino test where we do a quick deep dive into the feet of each figure. Let's start with the Silver Surfer. They look really interesting because it's just barefoot, which is not a very common sort of thing that they put on MCU figures. I don't really have any complaints about it. I think it's a thumbs up on that. The figure is a bit limited, but I think you know that going in, and the feet definitely don't let it down. I haven't had feet issues with her, so you passed the test. Next is Ben Grimm, who, oh my god, at the 11th hour passed the test. He was about to get a big fat thumbs down from Tarantino, but no, I'm with the exception of that issue that I had, the feet on the Ben Grimm are perfectly fine. Thumbs up. Johnny Storm and Mr. Fantastic, thumbs up for both of them. These new MCU figures, those boots that they're using on there, I hope they continue to use those feet. They're just very flat at the bottom and nice and sturdy. And last of all, Sue Storm, you get a thumbs up on the Tarantino test as well. MCU women feet have been historically way too small and really, really difficult to do anything with, but Sue Storm and Silver Surfer, I don't feel that issue, especially with Sue. She's got like a flat heel on the bottom of her boot kind of thing, so no issues with that whatsoever. Quentin Tarantino says, oh yeah. Thanks for checking out this review of the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four wave. This has been a lot of fun. If you do want to see a review of the Fire Johnny Storm, let me know. I might keep an eye out for it, but I think this guy looks pretty good, and I'm looking forward to seeing his ghost defeat the Demogorgon. And by the way, I haven't seen the movie at this point, and I won't be seeing it until I can do a reaction over on my main channel, FWCI, etc. So if you want to see my reaction to the Fantastic Four when it goes up for streaming, go subscribe there now and you won't miss out. Thanks for checking this out, and as always everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your figs, ta-ta, and farewell.